Jamal Carter's journey to the Marine Corps was born from a determination to rise above challenges. Born in 1994 in Birmingham, Alabama, Jamal grew up in a working-class neighborhood where opportunities were scarce. His mother, Denise Carter, a schoolteacher, instilled in him a sense of discipline and ambition, while his father, Marcus, a factory worker, taught him resilience. According to family accounts, Jamal excelled in high school, particularly in track and history, earning a reputation as a leader among his peers. Inspired by stories of military service from his uncle, a Gulf War veteran, Jamal enlisted in the Marine Corps in 2016 at age 22, seeking purpose and a chance to serve. Training at Paris Island was grueling, but Jamal thrived, earning top marks in physical fitness and marksmanship. According to drill instructors' evaluations, he displayed exceptional leadership, often mentoring struggling recruits. During his 13-week boot camp, Jamal formed a tight bond with a group of recruits, including 6 who were destined for Navy SEAL training after graduation. These men, Lieutenants Ryan Mitchell, Ethan Hayes, Caleb Turner, Noah Brooks, Liam Foster, and Mason Reed, trained alongside Jamal in specialized drills due to their shared advanced combat courses. The group respected Jamal's work ethic and calm demeanor, forging a camaraderie that transcended rank and background. On July 14, 2017, the day of the graduation ceremony, Jamal arrived at the parade deck, dressed in his crisp dress blues, ready to be officially recognized as a Marine. His parents had driven from Birmingham to witness the milestone, a moment of pride for a family with modest means. According to military records, the ceremony was a public event attended by hundreds of family members, dignitaries, and active duty personnel. As Jamal approached the entrance, 2 base security guards, Sergeant Michael Vaughn and Corporal David Ellis, stopped him, demanding to see his identification and credentials. Jamal presented his military ID, but Vaughn claimed it was invalid due to supposed clerical error, a claim later found to be baseless. The guard's tone grew confrontational, with Vaughn questioning Jamal's presence and suggesting he didn't belong at the ceremony. According to witnesses, including other recruits, the guard's demeanor was aggressive, focusing solely on Jamal despite other Marines passing through without scrutiny. Jamal, maintaining his composure, explained that he was a graduating recruit, but Ellis insisted he step aside for further verification, physically blocking his path. When Jamal politely stood his ground, citing his right to attend, Vaughn grabbed his arm, attempting to escort him away from the entrance. The altercation drew attention, with Jamal's parents and other families watching in disbelief. At that moment, the 6 SEAL trainees, who had been nearby finalizing their own paperwork, noticed the commotion. Ryan Mitchell, the group's de facto leader, approached first, demanding to know why Jamal was being detained. According to statements later filed with the base's command, Mitchell recognized the guards' actions as unjust, noting their focus on Jamal's race rather than any legitimate issue. The other SEALs, Hayes, Turner, Brooks, Foster, and Reed, joined Mitchell, forming a line between Jamal and the guards. This Marine earned his place here, Hayes stated firmly, as reported by onlookers. You're not removing him. The SEALs' intervention escalated the situation, drawing a crowd. Vaughn, flustered, radioed for backup, claiming the group was causing a disturbance. However, the SEALs, trained in de-escalation and acutely aware of military protocol, stood firm but nonviolently, insisting on speaking to a superior officer. Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Bennett, the officer in charge of the ceremony, arrived within minutes. Alerted by the growing tension, Bennett, a 20-year veteran, demanded an explanation from Vaughn and Ellis, who repeated their claim about Jamal's credentials. Jamal calmly handed over his ID again, which Bennett verified as legitimate within moments using a portable scanner. Bennett's inquiry revealed no error in Jamal's records. Instead, according to an internal investigation report, Vaughn and Ellis had singled out Jamal based on a pattern of biased behavior. The investigation, launched the same day, uncovered that Vaughn had a history of complaints from minority service members, including a 2016 incident where he falsely accused a black recruit of unauthorized entry. Ellis, newer to the base, had followed Vaughn's lead without question. Bennett ordered both guards to stand down and allowed Jamal to proceed to the ceremony, where he received his Marine Corps emblem alongside his peers. The SEALs stand didn't end with the ceremony. Mitchell, whose father was a civil rights attorney, encouraged Jamal to file a formal complaint with the base's Equal Opportunity Office. The 6 SEALs provided sworn statements, detailing the guards' actions and their own observations of racial bias. Jamal's parents, shaken but proud, supported his decision to pursue accountability. Denise Carter later told local reporters, "My son earned the uniform, and no one had the right to take that moment from him." The investigation expanded rapidly, involving the Naval Criminal Investigative Service NCIS. According to NCIS findings, Vaughn and Ellis had engaged in a pattern of targeting Black and Latino recruits, often fabricating minor infractions to exclude them from events or subject them to additional scrutiny. The report cited body camera footage from the guards, which, though partially disabled during the incident, captured enough audio to confirm their hostile tone toward Jamal. By August 2017, both guards were suspended pending a full review. Jamal's complaint triggered a broader examination of Parris Island security protocols. The investigation revealed that at least 15 other service members had reported similar experiences with Vaughn over 3 years, though most cases were dismissed due to lack of corroborating evidence. The SEALs' involvement proved critical, as their credibility as elite trainees lent weight to Jamal's claims. In September 2017, Vaughn was discharged from the Marine Corps for conduct unbecoming, while Ellis received a demotion and mandatory bias training. The base commander, Major General Thomas Whitaker, issued a public statement acknowledging the incident and committing to reforms, including enhanced oversight of security personnel. The incident drew attention beyond Parris Island. The NAACP South Carolina chapter praised Jamal and the SEALs, citing the case as an example of systemic issues within military institutions. According to a 2018 Department of Defense report, racial discrimination complaints across the armed forces had risen by 12% over the previous decade, prompting calls for reform. Jamal's story, covered by outlets like the Washington Post and Military Times, became a rallying point for advocates pushing for accountability in the military. Jamal continued his service, earning a promotion to corporal by 2019. He specialized in logistics, overseeing supply chains for Marine deployments. The SEALs who completed their training and joined active SEAL teams remained in contact with Jamal, occasionally meeting at military events. Mitchell, in a 2020 interview, credited Jamal's resilience for inspiring their stand. "He was one of us," Mitchell said. "We weren't going to let him be disrespected." The Carter family used the incident to advocate for change. Denise and Marcus spoke at community forums, sharing Jamal's story to highlight the need for fairness in all institutions. Jamal, more reserved, focused on mentoring younger Marines, emphasizing discipline and integrity. In 2021, he received the Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal, a testament to his exemplary service. The guards' attempt to humiliate Jamal backfired, exposing their prejudice and sparking reforms. Vaughn and Ellis faced not only professional consequences, but public scrutiny, with their names linked to a high-profile case of misconduct. The SEALs' intervention, rooted in loyalty to a fellow service member, proved that solidarity could overcome bias. Jamal's graduation, nearly derailed, became a symbol of justice, reminding all who heard his story that standing up to wrong can reshape history. The ripple effects continued. By 2022, Parris Island implemented mandatory diversity training for all personnel and established a task force to address discrimination complaints. According to a follow-up DoD report, incidents of racial bias at the base dropped by 18% over 3 years. Jamal, now a staff sergeant, transitioned to a role training new recruits, sharing lessons from his experience to foster unity. The SEALs, deployed worldwide, carried a memory of that day, a reminder of the power of collective action. Jamal's story, though rooted in a moment of injustice, became a beacon of hope. The guard's actions meant to diminish him, instead elevated his voice, proving that truth and camaraderie could prevail against prejudice.